Good morning, all of you. Today's class is the jumbled sentences, and this is very common in almost all exams under language or verbal aptitude test. Okay, let us see what is jumbled sentences, right? It may be here the parts of a sentence are jumbled or the parts of a paragraph are jumbled. Is it clear? Within a paragraph, there may be 3 or 4 sentences, and those 3-4 sentences are given in disorder. Is it clear? When they are given in disorder, we have to arrange them in proper order. That is called here exercise in jumbled sentences. Is it clear? Sometimes a lengthy sentence is divided into phrases, or even it is divided into 3 or 4 parts, and we have to arrange those parts to make a proper sentence. Is it clear? Right? So, let us see this one. Composition, it comes under composition. Jumbled paragraphs are jumbled sentence arrangement. The section deals with the questions of jumbled paragraphs, sentences, and arrangement of given phrases or sentences. The student has to choose a logical sequence to make a meaningful sequence or paragraph. This form of exercise tests the student's ability to figure out the logic of the events. Next, sequence different parts of a combination according to correct grammatical usage in either sentence or paragraph structuring. The student has to check which part follows the other according to the logical theme of the sentence or paragraph. Is it clear? Right. Phrase arrangement or jumbled sentence. Right. Next, second one is sentence arrangement or jumbled paragraph. In a jumbled sentence, a sentence is broken into 4 parts, and the student has to figure out the right sequence to form a logical, sensible sentence. Consider the following example. Right? Example, you see, by her indulgent parents, the child was so spoiled when she did not receive all of their attention that she pouted and became sullen. Right? You see here, the child, what is the first sentence here? See the sequence here. Right? In this question, a single sentence has been broken into 4 different parts, and the student has to find out the logical sequence of the sentence. In order to do that, consider the following. Decide on the opening phrase first. Is it clear? The opening part of the sentence will usually contain the subject of the sentence. Right? So, definitely here P is not the opening sentence, because it begins with by her, and R is also not the first sentence, right, of the paragraph, first part of the sentence. Even S is also not the first part. So here, first part here generally will be Q. The child was so spoiled, right? So, what is the option here? 3 options are there. Q, okay, here B, C, D are the options here. Then QR. Is it a QR? The child was so spoiled when she did not. No. Is it clear? QP, you go with QPS. Yeah. C, option C. The child was so spoiled by her indulgent parents that she pouted and became sullen when she did not receive all of their attention. C is okay. It is most suitable. And go for D also. D. The child was so spoiled that she pouted and became sullen. So is generally takes the connecting link with that here. Okay, it seems right only D, followed by when she did not receive all of their attention by her. All of their attention by her indulgent parents is wrong. So option C is the correct one. Right? Right answer is, because after this one, you can't here say this. Right? So you have to see the link. Right? Now again, here, according to this C, okay, keep all those parts together and try for the meaningful sentence, sensible sentence. The child was so spoiled by her indulgent parents. How much? That she pouted and became sullen when she did not receive all of their attention. Is it clear? This is the suitable one. Right? So this type of exercise can be seen in almost all competitive exams. Okay, right? Now we can do some more examples. First, you should know here the sentence structure. Generally, the sentence structure is a subject. Okay, is it clear? Subject, SUB, subject. Then helping verb. Then main verb. Okay, then your object. Okay, if object is not there, complement. Then manner. Then manner. M means manner. Then place. Then time. This is the order. Subject, right? Helping verb, main verb, object, complement, manner, place, time. Is it clear? Right? So sometimes here, okay, between helping verb and before the main verb, there will be here adverbs of frequency. Right? Adverbs of, this is the structure. Is it clear? Subject, helping verb, then before main verb, adverbs of frequency, then main verb, then object, then complement, then manner, then place, then time. This is the structure. You remember this one. With this one, automatically you can answer all. Sometimes if it is passive voice, object will come first. Object will come first in passive voice. Object, okay, then passive helping verb, before main verb, passive, okay, passive helping verb, right, then main verb, then here same. Is it clear? This is here in the passive voice. Remaining structure is the same here. This is complement or okay. This side here after main verb by subject may or may not come. Then manner, place, time. Same. This is the structure. Right? Now you read this sentence, broken sentence. Unsurpassed power, modern society in women enjoy. So where is it here? Subject is generally persons first, generally. Women enjoy. Enjoy what? Unsurpassed power. Unsurpassed power. Right? Where? In modern society. In modern society. So, women enjoy unsurpassed power in modern society. Is it clear? This is the answer. Right? Okay. Yes. S, P, R, Q. S, P, R, Q. This is the answer. Is it clear? Right. Now, you see whether the sentence is in active voice or passive voice here. Right? Generally in the active voice, subject, verb, object. Is it clear? So in the passive voice, it is reverse. That's it. Next one. Okay. Next, is there any other example? Third example. Let us go to third example. Right? And was at once convinced. So no sentence begins with okay. First one, no paragraph begins with a pronoun, or no sentence begins with a conjunction like that. Is it clear? So this is not the first sentence. P is not the first sentence. S is not the first sentence, right? And T is also not the first sentence. So first sentence may be Q or R. Is it clear? So Q pronoun is there. So and in R noun is there. So between pronoun and noun here we should prefer noun. First we have to use the noun. Second time only we should go for pronoun. In the beginning we can't go for pronoun. Is it clear? So what is the first sentence? Okay, this one is the first sentence. Shah read the first few lines of the volume, right? So what did he do? Here he read the first few lines of the volume. So then here see the next here. What are the options here? Only between these two. Okay, between A and C you see. So in the A, R is followed by P. In C, R is followed by S. So how can we check it here? Can we say yes after R? No. Shah read the first few lines of the volume and awaited their reaction. Okay, not suitable. So C is not correct one. Go to A. Okay, right? R is followed by P in the option A. Shah read the first few lines of the volume and was at once convinced. Right? Convinced that what he was reading was real poetry. He was convinced that what he was reading was a real poetry. Right? Then he sent a few copies of the book to well-known poetry, right? And awaited their reaction. Is it clear? So this is the order. Is it clear now? Okay, now here set all these here parts together and read once again to convince yourself. Shah read the first few lines of the volume and was at once convinced that what he was reading was a real poetry. Up to here, first sentence is over. Second sentence, he sent a few copies of the book to well-known poetry and awaited their reaction. So answer is A only. So answer is A. The correct answer is A. Okay? Right. Next. In this one also you see. In emission testing, the government fixes the total amount of pollution that is acceptable to maintain a desired level of air quality. This is general statement. Okay? This is general statement. Next. Economists argue this approach makes air pollution control more cost effective than the current practice of fixing air pollution standards and expecting all companies to pollute below these standards. Right? Okay. Next, USA uses emission trading to control air pollution. So since this begins with a specific country, we can go, this is the option, first one. Okay. Next one. It then distributes emission permits to all companies in the region which add up to the overall acceptable level of emission. It then distributes. Before this, something should be done. Okay. So this yes, before this yes, which you can think of it here. It then distributes emission permits. First, it fixes the total amount of the pollution that is acceptable to maintain a desired level of air quality. First it fixes, then it distributes emission permits. Is it clear? So before S there should be P. Definitely here. Okay, R is the first sentence. R is the first sentence, no doubt. And before S there should be P. PS should be there. PS in this one R here, A is there, D is there. So in the D, again you see Q. Check this one. RQPS. Because before S, definitely there should be P. First sentence is R. Now read all this together. USA uses emission trading to control air pollution. Okay. Is it clear? Uses emission trading to control air pollution. Economists argue this approach makes air pollution control more cost effective, right, than the current practice of fixing air pollution standards and expecting all companies to pollute below these standards. Is it clear? This approach means the approach of the US. Is it clear? Right? So R is followed by Q. Then generally what happens here? Here in the emission testing, the government fixes the total amount of pollution that is acceptable. Right? Next one, it then distributes the emission permits. So the answer is RQPS. So D is the answer. D is the answer. Right? Any doubt? So first, okay, after R, okay. After R here we could not conclude which is the first one. Right? Then definitely, okay, between P and S, if you see, it then. It means what is that? USA. Right? Or the government. Then means after doing something. Okay. After doing something. What is doing something? First, it fixes the total amount of the air pollution that is acceptable. Okay. After fixing some standard here, then it distributes emission permits. Is it clear? So definitely, yes should be followed by, okay, yes should follow P. So PS should be the correct order. So what is choice is left is QRQPS. That's it. Okay. Next one. In his first inaugural speech, he conducted an eloquent plea. Ask not here what your country can do. Okay. Do for you. Do for you. Okay. Ask here what you can do for the country. Right? Next, in his first inaugural address, whose inaugural address? So definitely this is not the first sentence. Right? Q. John F. Kennedy, Democratic leader in the elections of 1960, was at 43, the youngest man ever to win the presidency. So John F. Kennedy clear is, okay, here this can be the first sentence. This can be the first sentence. On television, in a series of debates with opponent Richard Nixon, he appeared able, articulate and energetic. He means John F. Kennedy. Next, in the campaign, he spoke of moving aggressively into the new decades, for the new frontier is here, whether we seek it or not. Is it clear? So, Q should be the first sentence. So remove here the options A, C, then C, okay, B and D options. Is it clear? Then Q is followed by R or Q is followed by P. Is it clear? So, what do you think here? For example, Q is followed by R, let us see. So, First sentence is Q only. John F. Kennedy, Democratic leader in the elections of 1960, was at 43 the youngest man ever to win the presidency. Right? This is the first sentence, because we are introducing a person for the first time. We have to use the name. Is it clear? Right? And is a specialty. Right? That is the first sentence, no doubt. Then go with R. On television, in a series of debates with opponent Richard Nixon. So here R is there. Okay, in option B here check it. Option D check it. So generally, here in American presidential elections, there will be debates between the contesting presidency candidates. Is it clear? So it will be here. Okay, telecast 2 times. Right? Yeah, between the 2 presidential candidates, there will be a debate here. Debate is conducted and nationwide here telecast takes place. Is it clear? So here we can think QR is possible. Then yes, in the campaign, okay, right. Then P, after campaigning only, so after they will be elected, and then after getting elected here, inaugural address. After getting address elected to the post here, they will give inaugural speech during oath taking ceremony. Is it clear? So B is the correct one. D is not correct. Why? After Q, P is not possible. In his first inaugural address, when does a person here give inaugural address? After getting elected, they will give inaugural address. But before that, here campaigning should be there. First, they have to get elected in the elections. They have to make a campaign in the elections. Is it clear? They have to participate in the debates with the opponents for the presidential post. Is it clear? These 2 should be done here before getting elected. So D is not correct. So B is only the correct one. Answer is B. Right? First introduction of the person with the name, his specialty. Then here what happened here. So he participated in the elections, participated in the debates, and participated in the campaign with some slogan. Then he got elected. Then he made an inaugural address. Is it clear? So answer is B. Next one. See. So here how many sentences? 4 sentences or 5 sentences. Let us see that. So even more complex life can adapt to hostile places. Even more complex means before that there must be complex. So P is not the first sentence. We know that a functioning ecosystem does not require sunlight or photosynthesis. This is one statement. Okay. When scientists in deep sea submarine went tooling around the mid-ocean ridges, they found hot vents covered with shrimps and countless tube worms. This is here. This is more complex life. Hot vents is what is that here? Hot vent, hot currents. That is a complex life. Covered with shrimps and countless tube worms. Next. In the early 1990s, the researchers found that the basaltic rock deep beneath Washington state contains an abundance of microbes totally cut off from the synthetic world. Right? So this yes is the example for Q. Right? This for Q, yes is the example. Yes is the example. Right? QS. Next, PR. For complex life, this one is the R is the example. R is the example. Right? QS, PR is the option. Is it clear? First, even more complex life. What is that first complex life? Let us first find out. So generally, your statement, this is the first statement. First statement, this is the example. Next, even more complex, this is the statement. Then R is the example. QSPR. QSPR. Right? Next. Seventh one. Michael Hoffman, a poet and translator, accepts this very fact without approval. So, do you think it is the first sentence? You are thinking of mentioning of this name, Hoffman, a poet and translator. It is introduced, but this is not the first sentence I am saying. Why it is not the first sentence? He accepts this very fact. What is this very fact? So, it is not the first sentence. Right? And C is also not, Q is also not first sentence. But thanklessness and impossibility do not haunt him. So, no paragraph begins with but. No paragraph begins with conjunctions, generally. No paragraph begins with prepositions. No paragraph begins with the pronouns. Is it clear? Right? Is it clear? He acknowledged to, in fact, he returns to the point where the best translators of poetry always fail at some level. Okay, he acknowledged to, he means who? So, R is also not first sentence. And next, Hoffman feels passionately about his work, and this is clear from his writing. So, here, this is also here. Here, Hoffman is there. Here, Michael Hoffman is there. So, you cannot use the, okay. You cannot use this only. Hoffman is not full name. Here, this is the full name. After using full name, second time you can tell, you can use half name. Is it clear? So, definitely yes will not, okay, come before P. Yes is also not the first sentence. P is not first sentence, yes is not first sentence. Q not first sentence, R not first sentence, yes not first sentence. First we have to think, first our concentration should go on the first sentence of the paragraph. Is it clear? I already told you why here P is not the first sentence. Because he accepts this very fact. What is this very fact? That is not mentioned. So, read the statement T. In terms of gap between worth and rewards, translators come somewhere near nurses and objects. Is it clear? T. Is it clear? So, this can be the first sentence. Right? T is the first sentence. You can think of T first sentence. And this very fact, P is the second sentence. So, TP. TP. Right? Next one after TP here, where A and B, between A and B you have to choose. TPR, TPR. So, he acknowledges to, in fact, he returns to the point. So, R is the third sentence. Then you have to think here, fourth and fifth. He acknowledged to, in fact, he returns to the point often the best translators of poetry always fail at some level. Right? And Hoffman feels passionately about his work, and this is clear from his writing. This is fourth one, or Q is the fourth one? Q is the fourth one. So, is there link between R and Q or S and Q? Q comes after R, Q comes after S. You have to think here. Is it clear? So, if you think between R and Q or S and Q, Q follows only R. Is it clear? Okay, he acknowledged too. In fact, he returns to the point often. The best translators of poetry always fail at some level. Is it clear? But thanklessness and impossibility do not haunt him. Is it clear? This is the fourth one. Right? Next, last one is this one. And this is clear from his writing. He feels passionately about his work and this is clear from his writing. That is the concluding statement. Right? So, next one. See this. In a number of cases, the drivers have refused to carry passengers according to the meter reading despite its being in working condition. It is a general statement. For instance, okay, for instance means for example. Example for what? According to a complaint, the driver of an auto rickshaw not only misbehaved but also ran away with rupees 500 from Dundigal on December 13. Next, refusal to carry commuters to their respective destination is another common complaint. Another common complaint means before this, there should be one complaint. Okay. Before this, there should be. So, R is not the first one, definitely. Q is not the first one. For instance, means for example. Next, fifth one. Yes, sir. What have been the most shocking are the complaints about misbehavior by the rickshaw drivers with the passengers. This is one. Misbehavior. Right? Next. Next one. So it may be, this may be possible, but let us see here whether we can go with another one or not. Next, similarly means similar to something, right? Another driver ran away with the luggage of the passenger on Karol Bagh here, Panchim Vihar route. Similarly, this is also not first sentence. So, what may be the first sentence? Right. First complaint is this one. In number of cases, the drivers have refused to carry passengers according to the meter reading despite its being in working condition. This may be the first sentence. Right? This is the first sentence. Right? Next. And the second sentence may be, see here, another complaint. This is one complaint. Number of cases, drivers have refused to carry passengers according to the meter reading. So, another common complaint here, or maybe second one. Another complaint. Is it clear? Which has been lodged with call centers. So, next one. See here. Then Q and S, between Q and S. Yes, what is that here? What have been the most shocking are the complaints about the misbehavior. And this is the example for misbehavior. Not only misbehavior. So Q should come after S. Right? So P is the first sentence. R is another common complaint here, or second sentence. Next, S is the third one. Right? And Q should be the fourth one. Is it clear? Then similarly, okay, this should be the fifth one. So what is the answer here? PQS QT. First P, then R, PR, then S, Q, T. C, option C is the correct one. Okay. P, R, S, Q, T. Right. Okay. Okay, we have to think here. Okay. First, if you are able to choose the first statement, okay, slowly we can see the links. Is it clear now? Any doubt here? For instance, for example, so this is not the first sentence. R. In the R, another common complaint. So before that, one complaint should be there. What is the complaint? First, P is one complaint. R is another common complaint. Is it clear? S is about the misbehavior. And Q is example for misbehavior. Right? And T is similarly. Similarly means another problem. Is it clear? In Q, example for misbehavior is given and ran away with rupees 500. Is it clear? And next, similarly, in the similarly, another driver ran away. Is it clear? So like this is the order. Okay? Next one. Now sometimes 3 to 6 sentences. Okay. In this one, in this type of jumbled paragraph questions, there are 6 sentences. However, not all 6 sentences are jumbled. Is it clear? The first and the last sentence of the paragraph are given, but the other 4 included sentences are jumbled. Is it clear? So first and last sentences are given in bold letters, in thick letters, and see the next ones. Right? The list of horror goes on. That is the first sentence. And the 1 in every 5 is malnourished. Can we link here and 1 in every 5? Immediately, can it become immediately the list of horror goes on? After that, can we say and? No. And is coming means, okay, it is before this, there should be something. This is because local clinics are ill-equipped to deal with even small things. Ethics don't work or simply don't exist. Next. Nobody has been able to figure out a way to reduce the speed that is at the root of India's overpopulation problems. A body born every second. Right? Next one. There is such a shortage of treatment centers that premier hospitals are choked with patients who show up to treat their coughs and colds. Right? So C is the statement here. A body born in every second. This may be the first one. Right? Next. A body born every second and 1 in every 5 is malnourished. These are the 2. Is it clear? Right? So what is the here? Go with the options. Here C, A, In which option CA is there? Okay, in option D only it is there. Simply CA. C is not followed by D definitely. Okay. A body born every second and 1 in every 5 is malnourished. Is it clear? So this is the second one. This is the first one. Then read third one. D. Yeah. There is such a shortage of treatment centers. Okay. Right? That premier hospitals are choked with patients who show up to treat their coughs and colds. Why here even premier hospitals are choked with the patients? This is because this means the situation. Local clinics ill-equipped to deal with even small things, ethics don't work or simply don't exist. This is the fourth sentence. Right? Kalyan Banerjee, a consultant at the hospital, is worried. Due to this situation, he is worried. Right? Now you see here. So option D is the correct one. Okay? Next. As an economy expands, so does the need for cash or fuel growth. Is it clear? As economy expands, so does the need for cash or fuel growth. Read the remaining statements between. Yeah. An important one is a rule insisting that any purchase of share amounting to 20% of more of a listed stock of company has to be announced before the purchase goes ahead. Okay? It also has computerized. It means what is that? We don't know. So, today the exchange has an impressive new home. Today has the exchange. Okay? Has an impressive new home or the city's major business artery. Next, D. Pushed by the government's deregulations, the Jakarta Stock Exchange is beginning to come of age after emerging from dormancy only 8 years ago. Right? So, D here can be the first one here. Okay? D. Is it clear? Then, here, today the exchange has an impressive new home. Okay, the exchange means Jakarta Stock Exchange. So here D is the first sentence and C is the second sentence. D, C. Right? It also here, yeah, this is the third sentence. It means the exchange only has computerized trading, right? And then A. So what is that here? D, C, B, A. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. And then last sentence is thus the ruling, new ruling plus many other improvements. Here one is a rule, an important one is a rule insisting that, and this is followed by this last sentence. The new ruling plus many other improvements to protect investors have helped boost confidence in the market. Is it clear? Right. These are the examples here. Then how to think here? First, you have to think here in the jumbled sentences. Within a paragraph, generally, you should know the order of sentences. How the order of the sentences? Remember, generally the paragraph arrangement, how it will be? Any paragraph or anything here, right? It will follow 3-4 tips here. Generally, first we give general statement, then we come to specific one. General to specific one rule. Is it clear? That is common. Or if it is chronological order, we have to follow what happened first, what next, like that. Another one is chronological order or spatial order. Spatial order means it follows some clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, or logical order. Okay, what happened due to its results here? What is the result? Okay, what is the result? Cause and effect model, another one, right? So cause and effect, chronological order or spatial order, is it clear? Are general to specific. These are general orders. Is it clear? But however, you need to remember, first statement comes, then only example comes. In any paragraph, first statement followed by examples to defend the statement. This is one, right? Is it clear? And remember, if you are able to trace out the first sentence of the paragraph in that one, right? First sentence always here, okay, it will not begin with any pronoun. It will not begin with prepositions or conjunctions like that. Is it clear? Right? First sentence will be generally statement or introduction of the person, introduction of the topic. Is it clear? Right? Then you have to see the link. Is it clear? And the link between the two sentences. And. Why should and here? Before that, there must be another one. If there is any pronoun in the sentence. Is it clear? If there is any pronoun in the sentence, think it is not the first sentence. Before that, okay, the pronoun related noun should be mentioned in its earlier sentence. Is it clear? Pronoun should not come in the beginning. It's a representing noun should come in its earlier sentence. So you should think here, if the pronoun is there in the first sentence, in that sentence, don't think it is first sentence. Right? So generally, names, full names come in the first sentence, or statements, general statements come in the first sentence. Right? Then think of the links. If there is, for example for what? The statement should come in the beginning, then after giving the statement, go for the example. Is it clear? Another complaint is, means before that one complaint should be there, after that another complaint. Is it clear? Like this, go on here. If you know how to link, because just don't be carried away simply by some words. Okay, think of the meaning also. Is it clear? And think of the relation between two sentences. And the best thing is, first if you are able to select the first sentence, then see the options in the and remove, okay, other options here. For example, here, okay, first sentence is D. So with the D, okay, statement, A and D are there. Then simply you read the sentences in this order, DCBA, DCAV. Is it clear? So between C and A, see the link. Okay? Okay. Think whether B is coming after A or A is coming after B. Just here, make it clear. In most of the cases here, if you are able to recognize the first sentence of the paragraph, here, see the options, only 1-2 options will be left, and read in that order, get some, okay, sensible meaning, right, sensible link, then you will be automatically become correct. Is it clear? Okay, with this, here we can complete this session, and in the next class we can take up some more examples, right? Thank you guys.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.